Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for visiting again, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. So today's video is about head wrapping for health, and I have had some recent emails about this. So I just want to introduce this by saying that, welcome to Women of Wisdom Wednesday. I usually dedicate Wednesday's video to women, but others can watch, it's okay. Now, there are many reasons why women cover their hair. Many. And I'm just going to mention a few of them. Now, they're cultural, they can be religious, they can even be fashion statements for safety. Interestingly, when you go into a supermarket or whatever, you will see people, and men as well, covered their hair so the hair doesn't filter into the foodstuffs and things like that. So that's a health and safety reason. It could mean also that a person, if it's for health in other terms, in terms of people having chemotherapy, and also it can just be convenience, as in, it gets the hair away, tidies it up, gets it out of the road, and, you can go about your business. So there's many and varied reasons, all personal to different people, why they cover their hair, be they men or women for that matter. But there is no one set of causes or reasons that has ownership on, how shall I say, head coverings. So as I said, we cover our hair for many reasons, sometimes just purely for convenience. Now, I want to make this clear here that any woman, anywhere, for whatever reason, can cover her hair or her head as she pleases. It's a free country, free world. It's supposed to be free world. And it is really nobody else's business at all why you're doing it. So if you wish to cover your head, ladies, then please go ahead and do it in whatever manner pleases you. Just stop and have a sip of tea. Lovely. Now, I often receive emails from people asking for more kind of head covering videos, particularly in relation to people with chemo, especially women going through chemo, and young girls, because there's a lot of young girls and young women going through it as well. So I haven't sort of had a chance, but I'm making an effort now to do a few more on head coverings, which anyone can use, but I will try to make them things that would be helpful and specific for someone who is undergoing chemotherapy. So that's what I'm trying to do now. So ladies, let's move along into this task right now. And first, I want to give you a little bit of basic advice and some examples. And really, the first thing I would be saying is keep it simple and comfortable. That's the first thing, and particularly if this is in relation to ladies who are having chemo treatment. You want it to be comfortable, easy to manage, easy to put on, and coolish in summer. We're coming out of summer in Australia now, going into autumn soon. But there's many and varied sort of likes and dislikes that women will have. So what I'm going to do now is just sort of undo a bit of what I've done. Now, this here is just a cap. You can buy I've done some previous videos where I give you ideas, Amazon and places like that. You can get these caps. That's what this I've got on, this grey one here, is actually this. And you can get these in a pack of 6 of varying colours. They're not expensive. They're a cotton, soft cotton interlock, like underwear and singlets are made out of. Beautiful and soft. You can machine wash them if you put them in one of those little undie bags or whatever. They keep their shape. They've got a fitted bit at the back. So you can be very creative with these. And also, any woman could, well, I often put one of these on when I'm doing the housework, cobwebbing, something like that. I just, when you're going to work up a sweat, you want something, you can just throw in the machine. So these come in all sorts of colours. Now, I've done previous videos on these, and there'll be some links in the description box below. The main thing when you have chemo is that your skin does become irritable, and it's easy to get an abrasion or things like this. And so it is essential that you have a nice soft undercap or complete cap that is washable, and you can get it to fit quite nicely. Now I'm just taking this off. This is a little decorative bit I just had on here to show you. You can just wear the cap and then put a little doodad on it if you wanted to pop down to the shops, if you don't want any fuss or too much clutter on your head. Now this is the cap. I have covered my hair completely, the same cap as this one here, and you will see that it's got a bit of elastic here, and then it's got long strings, so you can cross those long strings over and bring them up to the top, or tie a bow and tuck them in. Now I have an abundance of uncontrollable hair, which you've all heard about before. It's like curly, fizzy steel wool. So I fall into that character of probably convenience. I cover my hair. It's less of a headache. So therefore I've got a bundle of hair under there, and it's just caught up in a scrunchy thing, and then I just pull that cap over the top of it. There's enough on this cap you could fold back if you want to. I haven't here for the reason I want to show women how you can cover your head completely. And now you could wear this all day. You can also, incidentally, you can get varieties of styles in these same sort of caps. You can get them that they're closer fitting, or they haven't got that backward pouch or whatever. But if you have no hair, you can quite easily just bundle up a scrunchie like that, and you would stuff that under that elastic before you tie the ribbon there, the tie. Scrunch that up and tuck that in, and that would give you an appearance of hair and fill out that as well. Be creative, girls, whatever is comfortable and suits you. So this is a velvety scrunchie. I would, by all means, I don't know if you can actually buy these sort of velvety ones, but if you go to one of those material shops and buy a piece of this blondie colour type of velvet, and get a friend to sew them if you can't sew. Look, they're just a tube of velvet with some elastic in it. I mean, you could just make them without a hole if you wanted to, and just use them as scrunch them up and use them as a false bun in the back. Anyway, that's all up to you, whatever you prefer. Now, underneath this, I'm wearing a little velvet headband, and that's only because it is an option. I can get, if I'm just doing the housework, I often don't even worry with that. But you may, if you're going to be out all day and you want this all to stay in place and not fear it coming off your head, then by all means use a non-slip headband. You can get these also on Amazon and other places. Oh, it's not just Amazon, but, oh, look, they're not expensive. I got a bundle of, I don't know, some different neutral colours, about 6 or 5 or something in a pack. Wasn't expensive. I don't even, it might have been $10 or $12, but They're washable again, a bit like the scrunchies and these. You can put them in one of those lingerie bags and wash them. So if you get hot and sweaty, just throw them in the washing machine. I don't put mine in the dryer, I just let them air dry. But so it's not hard to maintain these pieces. So this is so I've told you about the non-slip headbands, which are a preference thing if you want to. Now I'm just going to show you a couple of things you can do that upon this foundation, upon this, all right? Now, as you see, I've got a very pale lilac sort of t-shirt, and so I looked for a sort of a grey lilac-y cap, and now I'm going to this is a pashmina, but you can have a smaller one. It's up to you. I might just turn that inside out. I often do that to get a better colour. Then I'm just going to corral that all together, twist it, like so. Now look, I'm conscious of the time and okay. So you've got a bit of a scrunch going on here. Now I just start like that, maybe like that, and then I bring it underneath the hair or your bun or whatever, and then I bring it over. Again, I keep a twist going. I've only got the phone to use as a mirror, so this may not be perfectly as perfect as if I was doing it in front of a normal mirror in my bathroom. But anyway, that's to give you an idea. Just scrunch up a pashmina or a long scarf, whatever you've got, and then roll it around. And I'm not sure if there's any sticky out bits there. But anyway, that you've still got this here, but you've got a little, so you can have a little bit of contrast, or how shall I say, develop your own style of how you want to, you know, tart up your your basic foundation cap. This, I always say, is a little bit like your underwear, but it's underwear you can wear out. So there you go. Now that's just a hair clip. I've got quite a bundle of those. Now that will hold the scarf in, and all you've had to do is put your basic foundation cap on. Now, just as a precaution, let's just say you're not sure that this is, what if it slips off? Some people get a little bit finicky about that. Just say you feel it might slip off. Well, look, these are called hijab pins, and I've talked about these before. You can buy these in a packet, in a box in, well, I know for sure Spotlight has them. And they're marvellous for quilting or anything, but I use them for anything, really, whether I need a straight pin. And you can even just secure that. Like I would just feel around there and see, oh, what if that, I'll pretend that might come undone. So I'll just gently weave that in and out of the fabric, and you can 9 times out of 10 even hide the pin. Now, I don't know if you can, I'll turn around. There's the pin. You might be able to see it. But if you felt it might unravel there or slip out, and it can. If you're racing around with kids or something, you can bump it and it can slip. So that's just gives you an example of what you can do. I'll take the clip out now, and the pin. Now these hair clips, you can buy these anywhere, and they're great to scrunch up a, you could incidentally too, if you didn't want to go all the way around, you could tie a knot here, something like that, and, you know, put a pin or put the clip in there as well. It's what you want to do. just sit down and have a little play with them at times. Now, these aren't particularly hot because depends on whether you've used a scrunchie for padding or you've got your own hair, but we're talking in terms here of people undergoing chemo. So comfort's the main thing. So this may just be all you will have. Maybe a non-slip headband if you feel you'd like that. It's entirely up to you. It's a choice. And no padding at all. Again, nothing there. Then that is fine. That, again, it's your choice. I'm only giving you some options to go by. Now, also, here's another little thing too. Because these are cotton, they've almost got a grippy feel to them. And I also have that non-slip headband underneath. But with or without the non-slipped headband, you may be able to do some other things with it. Now, let's just say you want to go somewhere a bit glamorous, but you don't want a whole heap of, you know, you want your head to be comfortable, you want to look glamorous. You can go in and find some of your nice silky scarves or things like that, and you can actually do lots of things like twist, bring them around. You know what you need to do. Just sit in front of a mirror one day and think about, what am I going? I'm going to this, might be going to a nice function, could be a ball or anything. What do I want to do? Do I want to have height up here, or do I want to have, you know, that free and easy kind of look where you could tuck all that up under if you wanted to? Have a tied here. You could bring it down on one side, tie a bow there, or just a knot. You need to have a look at what you like and what suits you. And if you find it easier to tie it a certain way, do that. If you don't, experiment, because we've each got our own style and what we like. It's all very well for me to show you some of these things, but in the end, it's only an idea for you to try out. The main thing for ladies and girls on chemo is that, you know, all your nerves are on edge. Comfort's a big thing, I understand that. So that's why I don't think you probably need a non-slip headband under there. However, that is entirely up to you. If I'm doing the housework, I don't bother with a non-slip. I just adjust this. But if you were going out and dressing up and wanting to add a bit of glamour, then maybe you would feel better with a non-slip headband, then your bonnet on, which keeps everything covered, private. And then on top of that, you can add things like these bows or ribbons. You can get some gorgeous scarves, small ones like, or large, something that matches in with your outfit, and you can look like pretty glamorous, girls. There is nothing. Women who cover their heads for whatever reason can look extremely glamorous. It depends on the style you like, and you'll develop your own style and that you're comfortable with, that you find easy to do, and it feels right for you. So, you know, it's the same with your fashion accessories. There's some styles of garments you prefer better and colours you prefer better. And these are all things that you can experiment with. And remember, girls, covering your head, beautiful. Nothing wrong with doing that for whatever reason you want. Now, there are previous videos on head coverings. I think I've put a lot of them in the Women of Wisdom section, wow, playlist. There might be a couple of odd ones scattered throughout, but nevertheless, there are other videos I've done. But I did this one specifically with women with chemo, undergoing chemo, because it was a specific request. But, you know, if you have the right foundation, ladies, like covering and protecting the scalp, feeling, you know, it's comfortable on, cottony, cool, breathe. You can go just like this if that's how you want to. But by the same token, you can add volume if you want to here by using some stuffing. You can add other scarves like I did to make it look different. It's entirely up to you as long as you like it and it's comfortable for you. In the meantime, ladies, God bless and please take care.